everyone, we are in the bedroom today and I'm going to show you, don't get excited. What is going on here is that there's a TV in this room and it's really difficult to see. I'll show you. It's actually sitting on the dresser. Okay, so when you're laying in bed and trying to watch TV, it's so low, you're looking through your toes and it's actually disgusting. So what I'm going to do is hang the TV on the wall to elevate it, angle it down, so it's much more comfortable, easier to watch, and it'll actually look clean, look neat, and it will save a lot of space on top of the dresser. Let me show you. So you can see the TV sitting on the dresser. Look how much space it's taking up. I mean, we've got all that dresser top we can use for other things. We've got, wait a minute, what's this? Gentleman's Da Vinci. Oh, yeah, well, before we get started, we gotta, so we've got all this space that we could free up, and check this out. I need a bigger watch case, so we got to get this TV out of the way. So here's the back of my TV. You can see there's 4 mounting points here that the wall mount will secure, or the TV will secure to that wall mount, and then you'll be able to hang it on the wall. So this is good to go. The first thing that you want to do is find out where you want to mount the TV. So I'm going to keep it centered here just like it is sitting on the dressers and just elevate it straight up. I think that'll look nice. You want to mark the center point on the wall, at least that's what I do, and then from there you find the wall studs, and I'll show you how to do that with a stud finder. This kit here actually really nice. The wall mounts generally are pretty heavy, and this weighs an absolute ton. To be able to hold that steady and mark your points, it would be very challenging, especially if you're doing this by yourself. So they provide you with a template piece of paper that you can hold up. Get this in view, that you can hold up and move, and makes things really easy. So what we're going to do now is mark the wall studs using a stud finder, again from this center point here, and try to get the wall mount to secure to wall studs as close to this center point as possible. We're going to take the stud finder now, which is this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make that joke. It really is lame. All right, we're gonna use the stud finder to find the wall studs within the wall. Again, I'm gonna start at this center point here, calibrate the stud finder. Mine, you just kind of hold it up, hold the button. You can see it start to calibrate, and then you move it to the side until it finds a wall stud. This one will actually beep when you find the center. Just like that, and then you can mark it. I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera because I can't do it with one hand. Now I got a little bit of a problem. If you look at the template that came with this, if I line this up to the first, or the wall stud on the left, it doesn't make it all the way to the wall stud on the right. In home construction, a lot of times wall studs, which are these pieces of wood, vertical pieces of wood behind this wall, this drywall that holds this up, they're spaced 16 inches on center. But in some cases, if it's a non-load bearing wall, meaning there's no real weight on top of it, they can be spaced out a little more because they're not holding any kind of weight. So they space them out at 24 inches on center. So this kit that I bought, this wall mount, was designed for a 16-inch wall stud placement, where this is 24. So I went ahead and ordered another wall mount that's designed for the 24-inch on center, but I ordered from the same company. I also called the company because throughout the instructions, they indicate if you have any issues or any questions, give us a call. We'll try to make it right and help you out. I gave them a call, got in touch with them, and they said, yep, we have an extension or a plate that can mount up on the wall for the 24 inches, for the wall studs that are 24 inches apart. And then you take the wall mount and mount it to the plate. I said, okay, great. How do I get that? They said, we'll send it out to you. It'll be there in 1 to 2 business days. I said, how much? Nothing. They're gonna send it out. That's fantastic customer service. So big shout out to the company. This is USX-MOUNT. I ordered off Amazon. I'll put a link below. Show them some support. If you need to mount a TV, get one of these kits. Really easy, great customer service, and affordable. That being said, now that I've got the correct wall mount kit, I'm gonna go ahead and open that up, get that template out, and get that wall plate mounted on the wall. So I got the TV on the bed now. And what you want to do is try to find the right hardware to fit your television. You can see, I don't know if this can pick it up, but the TV kind of angles down, right? You see how it kind of sticks up there? You can't mount it like that. They're not curved. And you can't use a bolt or a screw and drive it all the way through your TV. You're gonna damage the TV. They give you some extra spacers to protect the TV, but also be able to put the brackets in place. You're gonna have to use a thicker spacer up at the top and a thinner spacer down at the bottom. And they give you all these bolts to choose from, and my television requires the biggest bolts. And I definitely don't want to drive those all the way through the TV, so we'll make use of these spacers. Let me get this all in place and I'll show you what I did. All right, so I have the other one in place. Now you want to make sure these are squared up. In other words, with those adjustments, you see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes above the bolt here. I want to make sure I got the exact same thing on the other side. Makes it squared up. Otherwise your TV is going to be at an angle. You don't want that. And it's in place. Good. Now I only snug these. I do not tighten these down. Again, this is going in the back of your television. You don't want to like really drive those down and cause damage to your TV. The other thing I'm going to do here is remove these feet for the stands. There's 2 screws on each one, and just get them out of the way. All that's off now, got them out of the way. Now, you're getting ready to mount the wall mount on the wall, and you want to make sure you have a good idea of where these hooks are. This plays a big part in where exactly you mount that on your wall. Now, in the correct kit, you can see this template makes a big difference. It goes all the way across, and that's exactly what we're after. Now we need to put this in place and then make sure it's level, and then mark where we're going to drill our holes to mount this wall plate. When I get to this point, I generally start with one corner first. Go ahead and mark it. If you're a beginner at something like this, I would recommend getting a small, thin, long nail. Mark your first hole, drive it in. If you hit a wooden wall stud, the nail will be a lot hard to drive through if you missed it. If you miss it, that nail's gonna go right on through the drywall. You know you're not hitting the wall stud there, so you gotta make sure you find it. And then I will use a level, either the one that came with the kit like this. The idea is to hold it up along with the template and get the bubble right in the middle, just like that. Or you can use a laser level, which I'll show you, that projects a beam up here. You line it up with that first mark and it projects a beam to the other side. You know exactly where to drill the hole for the other side. This is the little laser level that I got. It projects a green beam all over the place and gives you level marks and indicators all around the entire room. Let me show you how it works. Okay, so I have my laser level. It's up on a mount, a little bit of a tripod. Sorry, dust from the drywall. It's up on a mount because I needed to get it elevated because this is so high, but you can see it's projecting a beam and it's actually going all the way across the room. But this is gonna give me a nice level line all the way across to my other mounting point. So leaving this on, and I'm gonna mark right under, confirm that stud placement again, and mark right under that green line. I'll be right on the stud. It'll be nice and level, perfect. It is really hard doing this with one hand and then holding the camera in the other, but you get the idea. You see I'm holding the template up here. That green line's going across all of those mounting placements. I can't hold it flat over there, but you can see up here, It's making a nice straight line all the way across. And now I'm gonna mark it, drill that other hole, and get this wall plate up on the wall. Definitely hit a stud there too. Right on the money. All right, also need to mark the bottom mounts. I'm gonna set this back up. And if we have this in place, we can go ahead and mark Now it's time to go ahead and mount the wall plate up on the wall using the lag bolts. And this is where you can use a socket wrench, but I have a battery operated impact driver. Makes the job a lot easier. So you can see this wall mount comes with these little extenders for the 24-inch wide wall studs, where the other one did not. I had to have them send me out a special adapter for the wall plate. But I'm going to hold this up before I start mounting anything, make sure that the holes that I drilled lined up, and they all do. They all look good. I'm going to hold this in place, take a lag bolt, start it by hand, and drive away. So you can see I got it in place now. It's up on the wall. I've pulled on it a little bit, not real hard. Don't try to do pull-ups or anything. This isn't gym equipment. This is holding your TV. You want to make sure that it's up there. So I give it a little pull, make sure it's not, you don't hear it pulling away from the wall or anything like that. We're good to go. One step I actually forgot, just because this replacement kit, a little bit different than the original kit that I had. These little extension tabs that unfold or stretch out, there's these little screws that kind of lock them in place. I should have put them on before I mounted on the wall. If you get this same kit, make sure you do that first. Now the next step you need to do is install these extension arms. There's a top set and a bottom set. This is what your TV actually attaches to, so they're designed to interlock with each other, and they'll get mounted up on here. You can see we're gonna put little screws right in here to secure them in place. You want to make sure those are good and secure, because this is what your TV is going to hang off of. Okay, takes care of that. Gonna give it a good pull, make sure it's not coming out the wall, and we're in business. Now finally we get to put the TV up. Now here's the back of the TV. You can see how it's hanging on this bar here, and it comes with these safety hooks that you want to install. They fold over that bar, and then you secure them in place with a screw. That'll prevent your TV from being knocked. If you pulled on it, anything will prevent it from falling down. Okay, we got the TV up. There's one other adjustment we need to make here. That is the tilt. You can see the TV's pretty flat. It's also high. Probably not going to be very good viewing or optimal viewing. You want to angle it. You want to angle it down a little bit so you're in direct eye line. So what you can do is loosen these. The TV will then tilt forward or tilt down, tighten them up and secure it. Let's go ahead and adjust that. I've loosened the screws now just to give you a demonstration of when you loosen them, it'll tilt down. You can adjust it however you would like for optimal viewing. I think that's tilted too low for me. I think about like that would be great. Go ahead and snug them up and lock this in place. Finally, you have to run the power. Now, depending on where your outlets are, looks like I might be a little short, might need to get an extension cable, or you can run the wiring through the wall for an even cleaner look. Stay tuned for an upcoming video on how to do that. So I got the extension cord, running the cable here. The kit does recommend you kind of wire it through the framing here to keep it from being pulled out with the TV. Got it all plugged in. Let's test it out. I think that's a job well done. As always, I'm the capable gentleman, showing you ways to go from dirty to dapper, to encourage you to never stop learning. Until next time, be kind, everyone. See you next week.